Seriously don't get why this had to be the guy that made a response video. It couldn't have been someone with more mental acuity, like Brother Near 2.0, or Bada Kanta, or Psychonautic Therapy.
Well, honey, it seems like you did get your wish in the end. Hello everyone, it is I, the Therapy Frog, and I hope y'all are having a great day today. And well, do I have some, let's say, interesting drama to cover today? Now, I did actually do a live stream covering part of this situation and giving some input to the individual in question, that being Roadbreach. And before I go any further into this drama, I want to clarify two quick things. First of all, this video I'm doing isn't exactly a full response to the drama, but it is a summary of what I responded to Roadbreach with in my stream. So I'll also be cutting down his video to just the parts that I want to respond to, because there is a lot of random ranting in this video. Now secondly, this video isn't about just hating or dogpiling on Roadbreach, and I don't condone any legitimate harassment of the guy either. He has come out and apologized to Lukaz, and owned up to the entire situation as well, so I wanted to clarify before anyone jumped onto dogpiling on Roadbreach that things have been resolved for now, as he did take the L for what happened, and even privated his videos ranting about the drama with Lukaz. I mean, he even made an apology video about the situation, albeit it was a little awkward, but to me it showed he was at least trying. Now, what was said drama in question? Well, to be fair, this whole situation had already been settled once prior to all this, and if I told any of you outright that this drama was resurrected all because of a couple of offhanded jokes from Lukaz, and the one that ultimately broke Roadbreach was simply calling him a retard, would you believe me? Well, it's true. This stupid drama literally got revived because Lukaz made a shitpost in my server, essentially causing Roadbreach to have a little breakdown Spurg session. Now, during this little breakdown he was having, I even tried reaching out and getting through to the guy on 3 separate occasions, trying to talk him down, but at each one he just took those opportunities to be more combative with Lukaz instead. This eventually led me to timing him out of my server for a brief period, but it wasn't long after said timeout that he just ended up leaving the server entirely. He made a now deleted community post, which sadly I have no screenshot of, ranting about the situation, where in the comments of, many of us were still trying to just talk some sense into him. Now, here's where we get into the actual meat of the situation and what I'll be covering in this video today, because not many days after this did Roadbreach decide to upload a video to YouTube simply titled xLukaz Rant. So I'm sure we can all guess what the video was about, and my god, is it just not a good video at all. Now, like I said earlier, Roadbreach has since privated the video and owned up to the whole situation, so this has all been pretty much resolved, but I still feel like addressing this all properly in a video and just condensing my response down, even though I'm getting this video out a bit later than I originally wanted. But with all of that finally said and out of the way, why don't we get things underway, shall we, and dive into this amazing rant.
Jesus fucking Christ. I wanted to leave this where it was and forget that anything happened whatsoever, but considering you couldn't keep your repulsive fucking mouth shut about me, the fact that your video is 50-50 split between on point and missing it completely, and intend to make yet another horrendous video on me, I might as well make your job harder for you by making a rant.
So, 22 seconds in, and there's a little bit I need to dissect already. First up, admitting to the fact that you're just here to make Lukaz's job harder, which is already petty, but you admit that this situation and drama was all resurrected by some pathetic insults, which in all honesty is not a good look. One of these screenshots barely has anything to do with you anyway, and the other two are just some random remarks or shitposts from Lukaz, neither of which are worth getting this upset over. I will say that this is a complete 180 from what you said when Lukaz's first video came out. Granted, you eventually said that you thought some things over after a bit, but it's still a 180 regardless.
Hey everyone, Roadbreach here, and I'm making another video on xLukaz. I didn't want it to come to this. I swear on my collection of plastic that I didn't.
What is that?
I am a monument to all your sins.
Oh god, look out guys. I mean, I'm sorry, but this ain't a good look, man. For real though, if you actually didn't want things to come to this, you would have heard me out one of the 3 times I tried reasoning with you, yet this video still happened.
But seeing as how Lukaz wouldn't shut the fuck up about me in Psychonautic Therapy's server, and Lukaz literally said in his stream that he didn't want to do another debate to address points I forgot to write down in our initial debate, I might as well bring them up here.
Alright, let me get this clear for good. Those random jokes and shitposts are not worth getting upset over and aren't indicative of Lukaz trying to perpetuate any drama. It was just him having fun with random shitposts, which all of us do this type of shit to each other in my server. Secondly, you have every right to try and bring up points you think you missed from your debate, but I still have to clarify that you had an entire week to prepare your arguments and any points you wanted to bring up. You can't really hold the fact that he doesn't want to do a second debate against him when it's your fault for messing up. Not to mention that this is still a 180 from what you originally said in your community post, so if anything, you are the one who couldn't shut up about Lukaz, to be honest.
For those who don't know what's going on, I made a video on xLukaz, a commentary YouTuber who's trying to get into music, and he made a video on me where I agreed with some of his points, but the video had several problems, like when he said my video was pure retardation, like I said absolutely nothing of value whatsoever. And when I brought it up in Psycho's Discord, I kinda had a mental breakdown in his server.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is with people having massive spurgoat sessions in my server, but I'm starting to notice a pattern with it.
I tried to use my autism and history with CSEP to try and make everyone there see my side, which is a more diplomatic way of saying I tried to get sympathy points.
I mean, I'm glad that you can at least admit to the truth of your actions here, but I still just want to highlight this for you, Roadbreach, for future reference. But it comes off as a disingenuous attempt to virtue signal your issues when they play no part in your concurrent drama. You shouldn't try and deflect from any discussion or criticism by using your autism or poor history with CSEP. Now, that being said, it is good to see that you understand what you did here was wrong, but I really wanted to highlight this as a general rule of thumb.
I'm certainly at fault in this situation, considering this started with me picking his dog shit jokes apart in the comments of several of his videos, but I would think that after our debate and me trying to be friendly in Psychonautic Therapy's Discord server, that it would have fucking ended there.
I love how we're still glossing over how you had a week to prepare for that debate, but failed miserably, and unlisted your stream of the debate as a result, claiming the drama was over. So, now let's break down these screenshots of yours claiming to be friendly with Lukaz. The first one is just you interacting with some of the members of my server, talking about Vincent Martin. This was back during some of the Lolicon drama on Twitter. The second of which you aren't even a part of whatsoever, and the third can literally be summarized exactly the same as the first, just you interacting with some random members in my server. So, was this really the best you can do here, Roadbreach? Just showing some basic engagement within my server over whatever the relevant drama is at the time? None of this corroborates you being friendly with Lukaz because they're hardly even relevant screenshots whatsoever.
But of course not, because cocksucker Lukaz wouldn't shut the fuck up about me and refused to be civil despite everything. I tried to be friendly and non-combative. I mean, for fuck's sake, he called me a retard for saying I didn't like Meat Canyon.
You are coping and seething.
Yeah, bro, you definitely sound non-combative at the moment, especially when spurging out over a literal fucking joke. I find this especially rich when you admitted to, and I quote, picking apart his dogshit jokes. It definitely does not sound like Lukaz of all people is the one who is dragging this on. I really hope that after you took down this video, you listened to parts like this back and realized just how hypocritical they sounded, because this entire tangent just isn't a good look, especially all over a joke which you treat like a trump card against Lukaz.
I'm going over the parts where he missed a point or made a shitty argument. If I leave things out, it's because he made a decent point. So Lukaz, before you start trying to make it seem like I completely disagree with your video, like you did with mine, you did make a good point that I was hypocritical for saying that you're in an echo chamber and not thinking of many reasons why someone would dislike Rift Apart, despite the fact that I brought up frame drops that you completely ignored.
Yeah, I just have to state that a lot of the contents of this drama are just stupid. Like, all of it, I just have to say, is incredibly petty things to start any sort of drama over. Oh, and I also find it rich that Roadbreach claims that anything he leaves out means Lukaz made a good point, because he'll later rag on Lukaz for leaving points out. Oh, the fucking irony.
I don't ask for much when it comes to a response video on me, but I do ask that it be better than this, for reasons I'll get into shortly.
I feel like I could say literally the exact same things about this response towards Lukaz. I mean, this whole video was literally just a 22-minute cope session, so I mean, talk about projection, dude.
Let's get into this shit before I blow a gasket.
I misinterpret what people say. This is coming from the same motherfucker that took a joke I made and tried to paint it as me slandering a video game company. Like the irony, man, you just love to see it.
When the actual fuck did I ever say that in the comments? I never once said that you were slandering Sony in the comments. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I said you misinterpreted things in this video.
Ironic.
You are literally misinterpreting what Lukaz is saying. Seriously, how unaware do you have to be to not understand that level of hyperbole? His entire point is that you took his jokes over a controller to the extreme and just made an exaggeration to describe that. You'll accuse him of misinterpretation, and yet it seems like you are literally proving his point that you do it far worse.
You know, if you really want to argue over semantics despite you essentially agreeing that the whole point he was trying to make is that Valve doesn't really make games anymore, then yes, I had a slip up in calling Half-Life Alyx a new IP. But again, you essentially agree with the sentiment, as you say yourself.
Is talking about Valve slacking on putting out content.
Which then, if you agree with that statement, then clearly Harmon is a dumbass for forgetting to mention that Half-Life Alyx exists.
I'm sorry, but one game, one demo, and tons of money and resources isn't going to make me forget about Valve's non-existent quality control, the sea of sewage that was Valve's library, the fact that games with fucking malware were somehow allowed onto the storefront, and that massive gap in Valve's release schedule.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
What? What the fuck are you even saying? We gotta hold up on these points because, first of all, talk about switching the goalpost. The entire context of that discussion was Harmon pushing a narrative about Valve slacking off somehow, and you flip-flop into the entire management of their storefront? Which I have to say, all you did was throw shit at the wall. Anyone who actually uses Steam can tell you firsthand how ignorant you sound. And the source you showed about the malware on Steam was debunked by the very same person after admitting they never did get malware through Steam. Everything on Steam's platform is heavily moderated, and it's clear you're just speaking from a standpoint of spite and ignorance when you bring up sources like this.
I'm sick of people holding up Gabe Newell as a guy that can do no wrong when he can barely manage a storefront to where someone has to break the law for Valve to fucking step in.
Your source for that was literally someone who admitted to never getting any malware to begin with. I don't know of any other way to take this than you just spurging out due to some kind of bias against Valve. It really does come off as blind hate, dude.
To be clear, I have tried Aperture Desk Job, and it is really good, and Half-Life Alyx does look like a pretty good game that I'm going to need to upgrade my PC for. I just want to make it clear before you double down on me being a console fanboy like I know you fucking will.
When you don't even fact-check your sources properly and come off as this unhinged towards both Lukaz and Valve of all companies, I can't say I blame him if he does. Word of advice, try not to take this stuff quite so seriously and look into your sources a bit more first.
Because I use more PC for editing, and because Steam keys for Transformers Devastation cost hundreds of dollars on G2A, at least I can still buy fucking physical games, even if they get delisted.
Point to one example of someone unironically expecting a game to run at 4K 300 FPS.
Yeah, right there.
What the fuck?
Really? That was the best you could do? Holy shit, do I even need to break this down at this point, Roadbreach? A fucking random tweet replying to some meme, which the entirety of his comment can be boiled down to 60 FPS not being a good enough minimum for competitive FPS games, which is honestly fair, but outside of that, no one is arguing that they absolutely need those specs, bro. This does nothing for your point.
Also, I love how you portray Transformers Devastation as an obscure outlier when most of the Transformers community holds that game in high regard and would kill to get a sequel to that game after the cliffhanger teased a sequel. But that's not gonna happen because Activision are greedy cocksuckers who'd rather kill a franchise than admit that they fucked up. And that's before you get into the sexual harassment allegations. No, but I guess this game is obscure because you said so. Never mind the fact that it's not, because it's a game you didn't know about because you don't seem to be a Transformers fan.
Alright, this is perhaps the best argument that Roadbreach has in his video, but even then, he's kind of just nitpicking Lukaz's original point, which he himself has already clarified all of this in his own video. But to summarize, Lukaz admits he worded things poorly about that particular game, however, his original point was that you could still apply all the same issues you were describing to physical games, and that PCs have more options when you do run into issues with games getting delisted. So your point is a bit moot when given the rest of the context. Also, I'd like to highlight that this right here is another example of Roadbreach leaving out context, like I mentioned earlier.
In my video on xLukaz, I use hyperbole when I was criticizing his overuse of a dogshit wall virginity joke he uses in several of his videos, and he accuses me of putting words in his mouth. Yeah, how dare people buy games physically and have actual ownership over something they bought? It needs to be able to be taken away from you at a moment's notice.
Okay, now you're just putting words in my mouth. Where the fuck did I say any of that? But hey guys, I'm clearly the disingenuous liar here, because I made a few shit jokes.
Somehow it didn't occur to him that I could be doing the same thing you do by using jokes and hyperbole. You know, the same thing you do. This is also coming from the same guy that made up that I painted him as slandering Sony over a vibrator joke, when I never did such a thing. You're the one putting words in someone's mouth.
Oh my god, you can't seriously be this dumb. You literally just showed yourself also missing hyperbolic statements, so seriously, what the fuck does it even matter at this point? So what if both of you miss some exaggerated jokes or hyperbolic remarks? Just accept it and move on. It isn't a big L to take and realize you fucked up with a joke like that for either party. So this really just comes off as petty and extremely hypocritical given how much you continue to do the exact same throughout this video.
Putting words in someone's mouth.
It burns!
You know, man, I don't know if I'd personally use the words highly acclaimed when describing Astro's Playroom. A glorified fucking tech demo that involves you blowing into that controller like a maniac.
Genuinely, what the fuck does this have to do with the game's quality? I'm sure I could find a clip of IShowSpeed going wild over beating Elden Ring, but it says absolutely fuck all about the game's quality. Plus, this game has really good reviews, so it technically is highly acclaimed.
Are we really about to take critic reviews of any game all that seriously? I mean, I know I wouldn't, because that opens a whole can of worms about a game's quality. Now, to address that clip, I really have to ask, what the fuck does a clip of IShowSpeed have to do with Elden Ring? You may have a point if it were a developer and associated with the game's marketing, which is the entire point Lukaz is making with that clip. Sure, it doesn't outright speak for the game's quality, but this is the marketing associated with it, and the mechanics they wish to showcase. I can't blame anyone for judging the game as something overrated based off that, in all honesty, especially when it is literally a tech demo.
I find it extremely funny how this dude gets mad and accuses me of generalizing things, and later calls me a contrarian, when just because he prefers gyro aiming, he acts like keyboards are inferior to controllers or some shit. Like, remember that one comment from earlier?
It's still much more comfortable to use than a slab of buttons.
Controllers are more comfortable, take less time to get accustomed to, and with things like the Steam Deck that have controller-type inputs built in, are better for playing in bed. After all, isn't playing a video game supposed to be fun? So why not be comfortable while you have fun?
Bruh, it's literally just a subjective thing. I mean, you don't have to like keyboards or anything associated with them, but why are you getting so held up on it? It really is no more difficult to get accustomed to a keyboard over a controller either, and I'm someone who grew up with both. Personally, I much prefer keyboard and mouse these days for most of my games, outside of a few exceptions, so I don't know why you're so hell-bent on proving your subjective tastes as some kind of objective fact here.
Also, considering there are gaming keyboard alternatives, I'd only use this piece of shit if I can't use anything else, or don't want to spend my time doing a bunch of setup outside of the game to use a controller.
Is it really that hard to set up a controller for a game that doesn't have controller support, or are you just trying to find reasons to nitpick here? And again, it's subjective as to what you're going to personally like, but you seem way too vehemently disgusted by their very existence, my guy.
I wasn't hating on the gaming keyboard to be contrarian. I was hating on it because I fucking hate it, and it was never designed for gaming in the first place. You could show me all the plastic button slabs you want, it's never going to convince me the computer keyboard was designed for gaming in the first place.
No shit.
No, you got it all wrong. It's the other way around, honey. Video games are designed around the platform and hardware they're targeting. Games like Halo were designed with controllers in mind because it was targeting consoles. Games like StarCraft were designed with keyboard and mouse in mind because, well, honestly, who the fuck would want to play StarCraft 2 with a controller here? Let's be honest. It was made specifically with mouse and keyboard controls in mind. So, it's very retarded to claim that keyboards aren't designed for gaming when games are designed around specific hardware just like this.
Like, as far as I know, the enemy variety in this game is awful. Like, they literally recycle the same bosses throughout the game. Maybe, if you, as you put it, stepped out of your echo chamber, you could see why people maybe don't like this game.
Like I said in our debate, this is the challenge mode. Now sure, the game does reuse some bosses, but the core enemies are more varied than what little you've played.
And after watching Lukaz's video, this is another point that you two already cleared up in your debate, so why are you reviving this dead horse now? Dude, Lukaz literally admitted to wording his point poorly, and you essentially agreed with his overall point, both in your debate and just now about the game reusing too many of its bosses. I really have no idea why you revived this fucking argument. It's confusing. It was already resolved. It just feels like you were looking for reasons to bitch, I'm gonna be honest.
The comment about vibrators not being free is a stupid fucking point, and I have no goddamn clue why you decided to fucking make it in the first place. Calling the hyperscan a doorstop is me insulting the hyperscan. I could tell you real doorstops cost money, but it's a nothing point. You call it mental gymnastics for me to infer you said it has no value, when typically belittling something as something else is an insult in any other context.
Right, and you literally just spelled it out for yourself. It was an insult and nothing more. A shitty, stupid insult remarking on the features of the DualSense. You are the one reading any further into it and claiming that he's devaluing the product somehow. You don't have to like it, sure, but I don't see why you'd get this held up on it. You can say you disagree with him about it, but the rest of this is just petty.
I shouldn't need to explain any of this, but considering you gaslight me into thinking that I'm using the wrong word or that I'm using mental gymnastics to come to a point most rational people would, I guess I must, because you can't see any faults in any point you make.
I mean, that's especially rich considering Lukaz has admitted multiple times, both during your debate and in his video, to getting things wrong or wording his points poorly. Yet, even so, you still decided to revive several arguments that were already settled or disputed all over a retarded joke in my Discord server. Like, dude, if anything, I'd call this projection in regards to not seeing any faults with the points you make, at least if I were going off of just this video.
No, but I'm the stupid bitch, apparently, for using logical deduction.
If this video is what you call logical deduction, then yeah, I'd say you are the stupid bitch here.
And before you try to make a joke about me not being rational, I'm clearly not talking about myself here, because I got into a fight with you, of all people. The same guy that tried to gaslight me into thinking I'm insane for making an assumption anyone else would have made.
Okay, maybe I was a little too on the nose when I called it projection, because you were literally trying to gaslight Lukaz throughout this entire video, either by reviving dead arguments or making entirely new and retarded ones. This whole video was just one giant gaslight session, trying to somehow paint Lukaz as the unhinged one. And I'm not repeating myself and the stupid points I made earlier about the fucking semantics of your guys' argument. You both take things out of proportions with hyperbolic statements, but you way more than Lukaz.
It's also the fact that slight improvements are made out to be anything worth me blowing my money on.
Whoopity fucky do, 144 FPS and 4040.
That's worth blowing thousands on it, ain't it?
By all means, point to where I said that you need to spend thousands of dollars to get a good gaming experience on PC.
Maybe it's because the fact that literally the second result on Bing cost thousands of dollars.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
No, in the flying fuck? Dude, no one is ever going to take your argument seriously when you pull absolutely retarded shit like this. This is literally cherry picking at its finest. You not only have two other results next to the one you have highlighted that are thousands of dollars cheaper, but this just highlights your ignorance when it comes to gaming PCs. Pre-builds are notoriously overpriced for their specs as it is, and even then, you don't ever have to spend that much to get a decent pre-build. I had my friend help me build my PC, and I literally spent just shy of 1K to get the few parts I needed. The rest of it was gifted to me by said friend, so I am lucky there, but it's still nowhere near that expensive regardless.
And for what? Improvements that I couldn't give the slightest infinitesimal fuck about? 4K? 144 FPS? The pretty lights? Yeah, tell that to my PS5 that may not have all that shit, but runs Doom Eternal at a buttery smooth frame rate with crystal clear visuals.
Who the fuck cares?
No one has ever said you need any of those specs to game on PC. I mean, hell, even the fucking RGB you can just turn off or outright not include the stuff when building or buying your computer, so you're basically making a straw man argument with a random Bing search result to somehow prove your point here. It's pretty simple, PCs aren't nearly that expensive, and no one is saying you need 4K or 300 FPS or whatever the fuck, so just stick to your PS5 and calm the hell down, bro.
Hey Castle, can I get another round of Lucas missing the point?
Sure thing, sure thing.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Please, never show that retarded igloo brick with Down syndrome and head tumors ever again. I mean it. Cast it into the deepest of dark voids and never, ever show me that again.
Like, this dude's gonna get on his high horse and call me a disingenuous liar. While playing random clips he somehow found a way to bitch and moan about. You know, at least I have the courtesy of playing a video in full.
You conveniently leave out the point I was making. For a company that didn't make new games for 8 years, it's surprising to see them make a whole-ass game system. You completely ignored the part where I bring up the fact that Steam barely, if ever, moderates their fucking platform, despite the fact stacks they make through Steam, and not making new games for 8 years.
Again with this shit? You've not shown any concrete proof of their inability to moderate their platform, and you just come off as totally ignorant when it comes to Valve as a company altogether.
Let me put it this way. When someone doesn't do what you've known them to do for years, and suddenly does something that someone else does, but far better, I don't think that's something you can go without pointing out. Nobody else made a portable gaming system, but here comes Valve with their new system when other companies that have been making new games for years that have similar resources haven't done so. Get the fucking point.
I'm sorry, but no. Fucking no. Roadbreach, your ignorance is showing again. When you say they're doing something that someone does better, I know you're referencing the Switch, and I'll start this by conceding that the Switch is more popular, but the Steam Deck is in no way a reaction to it. Handheld gaming PCs have been a market for a while, and Valve was just trying their hand at one for once, and the reason it's such a big deal is because of both the company behind it and the price of it being half or less than its actual handheld PC competitors. So maybe you should get the point and do some fucking research.
Get the fucking point.
Nah, like I say, your brain damage had rubbed off on me to the point where I just figured talking to you was a lost cause. Like talking to a brick wall. Again, let's not forget this all started with you getting butthurt over a joke.
Jesus fucking Christ, swallow some fucking pride once in a while.
And this is where Roadbreach's response goes completely and entirely off the deep end, because absolutely no one was going to take you or your arguments that seriously up to this point, but any shred of your credibility you may have had remaining up to now has been completely tossed into the void. And I hope it stands on a lesson on how to not conduct yourself in a video.
Look at this fucking definition.
Look at this graph.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, this is so goddamn dumb. You're both just arguing over semantics. And while technically you aren't wrong about your definitions, Roadbreach, it doesn't prove your overall point about Lukaz's joke over the DualSense being a vibrator. It's a joke, nothing more. I swear I'm not repeating myself again.
Doesn't matter what definition you want to go with, whether it's supposedly me criticizing it unfairly, or to deny the importance of, or validity of, belittle, whatever the fuck. When that was your main takeaway after I called a fucking controller a vibrator as a joke, you really need to reevaluate your life.
Shut the fuck up.
I did warn y'all that this is where the video really starts to tumble downhill, but oh fuck me, is it still ever funny.
Stop trying to poison the well about the context behind the argument. You are fucking wrong and you refuse to admit it.
I just want to take this moment to remind you all that this is all over a stupid joke calling the PS5 controller a vibrator, and this entire video exists because of another joke calling Roadbreach retarded. Yes, this is how far we've sunk. I'm not repeating myself from earlier when it comes to the joke, or the definitions, or semantics, or whatever. Just move the hell on from this, please. I'm also gonna skip past the next, minute and a half, because it's literally all points I already responded to about gamers wanting 4K and 300 FPS bullshit. So, skip!
He's gay!
Now, on to my next point, where he paints people who draw furry porn as shut-in losers.
Nope, no, Sean already made me do this once. I refuse. Oh, but I did just skip, though. There. I don't care. I'm doing it again. Skip.
At the end of the day, I don't think you're gonna be too happy with how this situation turns out once this video comes out. Like, I know you probably think you're some hot shit, but spoiler alert, you're not untouchable.
Considering half this video has you missing the point several times, ignoring points altogether, and trying your damnedest to avoid admitting that you were flat out wrong, I think you need to look in the mirror, you bad accent having, gaslighting, pompous fucking limp dick cock breath.
Alright, if you really need to try that fucking hard just to insult the guy, I think you honestly just need to take a break from the internet as a whole, bro. Not to mention, I can throw everything you accuse Lukaz of right back at you, and arguably, you're much worse for it, so petty much? If anything, I think you need to look in the mirror here.
Overall, I will readily admit that you made good points, like me being a hypocrite when I call you the one being in an echo chamber while not having any idea of why someone would dislike Rift Apart, but you missed the point several times, refused to admit being wrong, painted me as having no good points whatsoever, and lied about what I did. Granted, you didn't do much of that last thing.
Wait, fucking what? He lied about you? Where? I mean, sure, he missed a few exaggerated or hyperbolic statements, but if that's the case, then you did the exact same, so that would apply to you too. You're really accusing him of lying in a random statement at the end of your video with absolutely zero basis, huh? Seriously, where did this come from?
I seriously don't get why this had to be the guy that made a response video. It couldn't have been someone with more mental acuity, like Brother Near 2.0, or Bada Kanta, or Psychonautic Therapy.
Well, Roadbreach, I guess you did really get your wish in the end, but seriously, this does just come off as some attention-hungry clout chasing, not gonna lie. I mean, sure, you can argue that I'm feeding into that by making this response, but it's all in hopes that Roadbreach can improve himself and his content as a result of these criticisms, even if he does have to take them with a grain of salt. And with all of that being said, we finally reached the end of this very peculiar video, which I'm not even sure why it existed to begin with. The rest of it is just his ending thoughts and whatnot, so I am just gonna cut it off there. But like I said, I mainly hope that Roadbreach can just take these criticisms and make some positive improvements in the long run, because this seriously isn't how you should cover drama at all, nor is it how you should conduct yourself in any video. It's an especially good example of how not to react to random jokes, remarks, or insults on fucking Discord of all places. Like seriously, let this be an example to learn from. But with all of that being said, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up now. So big ups for watching it, and especially if you made it this far in, y'all are the real ones, and I really appreciate the hell out of you guys. And you know, maybe subscribe for some more quality therapy, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.